Alright, gonna start working on this, let's call it a hood, but it's actually, the whole top of the tractor here, and under this back half here is a gas tank, but under the front here is just it's empty, it's just pretty much a hood, but, at first glance, this thing looks like, it's not bad at all, but when we start looking at it, got two big dents right here in the hood, which this makes sense, right? This is where everything gets pushed in, everything gets hit. And then the rest of this thing actually, it feels like it has a crown right in the middle, but I don't think it's supposed to be there. I think somebody must have stepped on this more than once, because I could feel a dent right here. And when you do that, it sort of pushes up elsewhere, because this thing I'm calling a crown doesn't really get down the center. It isn't flat. It is supposed to have a curve to it, but this feels like it has sort of a peak that shouldn't be there. So this whole thing here has got to go. Then another thing that's really messed up is right here. They spot welded these two pieces together, and then, which was fine, that was okay. But then when they put this gas tank in, I'm going to turn this over and show you, but you could probably see like a faint line going across here, and that's some kind of pinch weld. I don't know. I'll see if I can get close on it. Maybe you guys can tell. It has like ridges in the whole thing all the way across. But anyway, when they put that in, they really ruined it. You see right here, it's nice and flat and level. But as you go, you can see the light under there. So this whole thing got to be fixed. And when you get to around here, it's almost 1/4 of an inch, and then it comes back and it's nice and level the way it should be. If this was mine, what I would do is I would weld up this whole line here and grind it flush, and then when you fiberglass everything and do everything, it would look like one piece. You would never know the difference, But the purist would know, So they'd look at it and say, "Oh, isn't there supposed to be a seam there?" But it's not mine, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep the seam there. But anyway, this whole thing's got to be worked. Let's see, and then there's a high spot. I think there's a high spot right here. Yeah, big high spot right here. I don't know how they could have done that, because there's a gas tank under there. So this whole thing's going to have to be done. Then this side here is really messed up. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's got a big hollow right there. So that's got to get pulled out. Now let's look at the other side. This is the good side. Even this side needs work. Not too bad though. Right here it's pulled in a little bit. Take a look around here. Alright, you're back here. Where's my marker? What'd you do with your marker? Oh, it's all the way over here. Hang in there with me, guys. I'm working by myself here. Alright, down here, this here's got a big dent right here. And another one on the other side too. You gotta remember when they made these things, they they were making them to last, which they did. This is 70 years old, and they weren't trying to make them pretty. But let me stick this up on the side here. This whole side here is really bad. So let me lift that up a little bit, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, I lifted this up here so you can see this. Got a big, sorry about that, a big dent right here. And this was pushed in. I pulled this earlier when I was trying to make the grill fit, because the grill actually goes on the front here. And I pulled this to where it should be. And this whole side here is bulged out about an inch or so, half inch to an inch maybe. You actually see a kink right here. But anyways, and this whole top half has to be done. And there's actually a body line, a very slight body line right along the edge there. I'm not talking about this one here. There's like an indent, goes all the way to here. So I gotta make that. And even down here is. Sorry about the camera work, because when I look at something, I don't know where the camera's going. But anyway, this has to get done here, and then right here is another bed push in. This is pushed in, and this is pulled out. There's that line I was telling you about. Maybe some of you welders can tell me what that is. Like I said, to me it seems like some kind of pinch weld, you know, made by a machine. But I don't know. No idea. The more I feel this, the more I feel dents. There's another dent right here. Like I said, I think somebody's been standing on top of this, you know, doing a dance or something. But let me flip it over and show you what's on the bottom. All right, got it upside down here, and down here you can see where they spot welded it. You know, these little spot welds. That's just to hold the two pieces together. But then here's the fuel tank I was telling you about, and that's where that. Let me see. That's where that weld is, that pinch weld or whatever the hell that is, and that goes all the way down around the whole thing. And that distorted everything. You know, they weren't worried about distortion when they did this. Okay. Like I say, this side's pretty good. Let's throw a ruler up there. Straight edge. Let's call it a straight edge. And it's pretty good. So like I said, sorry about the camera work, but I'm trying to use one hand here. And you can see how far out that is. It's just that one spot. But now here's the other side here, and this one here is really a mess. There we go. Yeah, you can see all the way down there. And down here, this whole thing's pulled out. And it's gonna be tough to do, but you know, everybody, you know, people that don't know any better think that, you know, okay, you just push that back in, but you know, that's not going to work. You know, you're pushing it a little bit, but then you gotta pull this out while you're pushing that in and fix all the dents there. But yeah, this is I wouldn't say it's going to be hard, but it's not going to be easy. You know, a lot of lines and a lot of warped metal to deal with. So, all right, first things first, we're going to take it outside because it's a pretty nice day out. And I'm just going to grind everything down, grind the whole thing down, so when we put some filler on there, it'll adhere. So we'll do that first, and then we'll acid treat it and bring it inside. And it's supposed to be real cold the next couple of days, and we can work on it inside here. So, all right, let's go out there. You know, let me just notice I got a ruler here. I'll show you how bad this is. Alright, right here is about perfect where it should be. And if you can see, it's right at 15 inches. Let's go right about here, right at the thing. It's a perfect 15 inches. Then you go down here and it's still 15. But when you go down here, it gets lit. It's 15 and a half. 15 and 3/4. And you got about 15 and a quarter, and then right at the end here, where I pulled it back in, it's right at 15. So that whole side's got to come in. All right, let's take it outside and put some 36 grit on there and give it some of the putty, something to adhere to. All right, we'll see when we come back in. Maybe I'll show you something out there. Who knows? All right, we've got this all ground down now, and I guess we'll go in here and get some phosphoric acid and neutralize what little rust spots there are. I put my safety glasses on. It's important, man. That's acid. Don't play with that stuff. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and then let it sit for a little bit and then wash it off. Alright, we washed it down. Got a little bit of flash rust here, but that's okay. Just take us some lacquer thinner and wipe it down. And the lacquer thinner dries up real fast so it won't rust again. Alright, we finish wiping this down, then we'll bring it inside. Alright, I've been working some of the dents out in this crown that was in here, and I pretty much got everything out. I got, oh, you can't see back here, I'll show you that later, but got two dents. The gas tank is back here, and there's two dents, but they're coming out. And I don't know how that would happen, or how something like that's possible. But anyway, yeah, you might not be able to see all of this, but I marked out two little areas that I still have high spots in. And yeah, you got bad reflection here, but you know, can't do nothing about that. So I'm going to take this dolly, and this dolly here, if you see, it's got an ever so slight crown to it. And I'm going to put that right under there, and I'll try and straighten it out. See, this has too much of a crown, this one here. So let's see what we can do. Put your headphones on, because you're doing a little banging. Alright, that's just about perfect. Alright, that one's good. Let's try this one here. a thud, that means I'm slightly off dolly, which is what you want. And then when you hear the real pinging, that means you're starting to stretch metal. See that right there? We're hitting dead center. Alright, we're where we want that. It's nice and flat now. Alright, and let me see this over here. Let me turn your attention over here. Still with me? Alright, you might be able to see the marks I have on there. Like I say, I can't get to the bottom of that one because there's a fuel tank in there. So we'll just have to... You know what? I can see why there's a dent there now. There's... You can hear how solid it is, so there's probably a brace under there. Yeah, they're both in line with each other, so that tells me there's some kind of brace in there. Alright, that's something we're going to have to deal with then. Alright, let's turn this over and I'll show you what else we got to work on. Alright. We got just turned upside down here, and this is the edge that's buckled and really pulled out. So you can see here I got a straight edge, and I don't know how well you can see on the camera, but it's out 3/4 of an inch to an inch in some spots here. You know, so sometimes when you try and straighten something and bang it and everything, you do more damage than you have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here and flip it on its side and clamp it to my bench here with this 1/4 inch angle iron. This thing's straight as an arrow. And I'm going to put that on the table and then lay it up against here and then clamp it together and see if I can ease out that bend and dent. And then while it's all clamped, you know, I'll try and hit it with a hammer and help the metal relax and stay in position. Then at least it'll be closer, and then we can do some dolly work on it. But I think right now I'm going to go in and have some lunch, and when we come back we'll try that. You know, a little unconventional, but I think it may work a little better. Alright, we'll see you after lunch. Alright, yeah, we got that clamped down to the bench here, and that angle iron, and I could see it going back into shape as I was tightening each one of these down. But right now, get your headphones on. I'm going to take this big mallet and hit this down. And what that'll do is rearrange the molecules and help the metal relax. I'm just kidding, I don't know what the hell it does, but it helps. Alright, let's bang that into place and see what happens. Most of the time when you straighten something like this, you gotta you got to over straighten it, over bend it, and then it'll come back. It'll come back and relax where it wants to be. So we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. We're going to see. Let's give it a little more hit, a little more banging. Alright, let's, I'm going to take all these clamps off and see if we did anything. Alright, yeah, it came out pretty good. It's still about 3/8 of an inch off, but it's a lot better. You know, I mean, I could just push that in and get that belly out. We should be okay. This side here, I got to within a 64th of an inch. Looked like it was a big gap there, but the piece of metal was hanging down. So like I said, we got this one within a 64th of an inch, and now I just got to play with that side. So we'll see what happens. It's only a matter of just laying on the side and applying your body weight to that, and it should straighten out a little bit. All right, I think we got it the best I could. Here's the good side. Even that I had to straighten out a little bit. And here's the side that was all out of whack. I got it within an 1/8 of an inch front to back. So it's tough to do one-handed. Oh. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like 15 1/4 outside to outside. And keep coming down. And it stays pretty good. I think maybe the worst it's out is maybe an 1/8 of an inch. So we're gonna call that good. You know, I mean, this is the bottom too. You know, it's below your waist, and you're not gonna see that. So you know, sometimes you just gotta say close enough, good enough. Probably wasn't that close when it come out of the factory. All right, I'm gonna see how the grill fits, and then maybe we'll start doing some putty work. All right, got the grill on there, and looks pretty good. I got it just held on with a clamp right now, but looks okay. And the sides look nice and straight, so we're happy with it. Let's throw some plastic on this thing. Alright, before I put body filler on here, I'm going to fill some of these minor holes here. You know, these sunken in parts. Because you can't pull them, you know, because there's a gas tank. You know, that metal was actually shrunk into place. So, you know, it would have been fine just to use putty, but since I got some Duraglass, fiberglass, you can see it's nice and flat there. And then get about 3/16, you know, and then it closes up a little. And then over here, you get another big gap. So I'm gonna put Duraglass on this whole thing, and even on the side here. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, it's less than 3/16, but you know, I might as well use it. Alright, here it is here. It's just it's harder putty, and it's reinforced with fiberglass and stuff. You know, it's waterproof, and it doesn't shrink. So we're gonna we'll use that. Alright, got all fiberglass work done here, and got the shape of the whole machine here, and I like it. I even did around the whole edge down here because they had that weld, and it was all warped and funky and stuff like that. So got a good foundation now, so should be smooth sailing from here. All right, I'm gonna call it a day, and maybe we'll see you guys in the morning, huh? All right, another day here. Mixed up some putty and gonna put a skim coat over the whole thing. Shouldn't take much because most of it I got most of the dents out, and even up here, you know, where they had them dents where we really couldn't dent them in. I hit it with a grinding wheel. I might have taken the 18 gauge down to 16, or 16 gauge down to 18, 18 whatever. 16 to 18. It's still a little chilly in here. So this stuff isn't going to apply all that well until it warms up a little. See, in some spots you could actually see through it, and that's okay. And after we sand this, it'll the first coat will actually show us where our low spots are, and I don't think there are many low spots. Over here. Get these two here. Alright, starting to harden up here, so once you're starting to harden up, you might as well just stop, because then it just makes it worse. Alright, I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll turn this back on. Alright, yeah, it looks a little sloppy here, you know, you got some globs and stuff, but that's no problem. When it's in a rubbery stage right now, you can actually just get them off. And the smoother you make it, the less sanding you have. Or you could use a cheese grater. Just there you go. Just to knock off the high tits. Right here. Like I said, I'm just knocking down the hot spots. Yeah, that's almost perfectly smooth. All right. Sometimes these lines you can actually get these lines here, like rubbing it sideways, rubbing the blade along there, like that. That's it's pretty much perfectly smooth. All right, I'm gonna finish the top of this off and let's see what it looks like. All right, just got back from lunch and this is all ready to sand, so I guess we'll start sanding it. I'm not gonna, you guys aren't gonna see me sanding it because I'm gonna put the blower on. It's actually it's a vent, it sucks all the dust out of here. So what I do is, so you're gonna hear a bunch of noise. I just bring this around like this. Alright, yeah, we got it all sanded down and came out a lot nicer than I thought it would, especially up here. I did have a couple little shallow spots here that I filled in with the putty, but that's okay. And these here were just minor pinholes. You can see how thin the putty is right here, the extra coat I put on them. Them pencil marks are actually underneath the putty I put on. That's how thin it is. But like I say, it was just for a couple pinholes and stuff. And we're happy with it, so. Alright, let me sand that down and then that'll be ready. Alright. Alright. I got the bodywork done on the top half of it, and I'm happy with it, especially this line that was here. You know, this that was pretty compromised, but we made it look like it might be factory. But this side here, I don't think we're gonna have to do anything here. This is all pretty good. Right here, there's a bunch of weld dimples, and I think I might take them out. You know, factory welds. I may take them out, but other than that, this side is pretty good. Other than right here, I think I gotta weld up a little crack. But I'd say that the top and that side is done. Now, all I have to do is right here. It's a little wonky and ripply. This is the side that was all dented and crushed in. And right here, we'll do a little body work here. I actually got to push it in a little bit there, and then up here. It's got a tiny little dent, so not much. Overall, I'm happy with the whole thing. Came out pretty good. Especially the back, you know, where all this weld was and everything, and it was sunken in and shrunk and warped and you name it. You know, now it's going to be straight as an arrow. Nobody will know the difference, but you know, real true die-hard FARMALL guys, you know, they'll say, well, that's too straight. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? Alright, it's the weekend, end of the weekend, so I probably won't be doing anything on this for a couple days. So we'll turn this back on when we start working on it again. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we just checked the time on this video and it's getting a little long, so a little too much jibber jabbing. But you know, it happens. So we're going to call this one good, and we'll start a new one. Wow. We're liking that. Alright, so we'll start a new video on Monday. And we'll finish the bodywork on this and maybe get it in some glazing putty. I don't think we're able to paint it or prime it for a while because it's temperatures outside are going to be in the 20s for the next week or so. So that's where we're at. So what do you guys say? Enough of this? Alright. See yous.